Hey everybody, welcome back to Healing with Holly. I just wanted to hop on here and talk to my young viewers. When I was going through my analytics, I saw that there's quite a few of you that watch me. So that tells me that, quite a few of you are hurting. Specifically today, though, I wanted to reach out to my young single teen moms. I got pregnant when I was 15 and a half, 16. And I had my son when I was a junior in high school. I got pregnant when I was a sophomore. And I happened to get pregnant by a black man. Man being he was 22 years old, in the Navy. And this school that I was going to at the time, my high school, was predominantly white, so it wasn't diverse at all. So they were pretty racist there. So I got picked on quite a bit and called certain names because I was going to have a biracial child. And if I skip around, I'm sorry. This is totally random. This is not scripted. I'm doing Instacart. You can see I'm in my car, and I just felt compelled to make this video for you today. So I was inspired because this last week I had a special day with my kids, and it just brought me back to when I was young, when it all started. So anyways, back to the point. Young, teenage, pregnant, single, because he ended up marrying somebody when I was 3 months pregnant. I still lived at home. I talked my parents into not pressing charges because they were going to, because technically that's statutory rape. But fast forward, I had my son. I was a single mom, grateful or blessed to be able to still live at home with my dad and my stepmom and my sisters, and they were, my support system. My mom didn't talk to me for a few months, so that kind of tore me up a bit. I don't know if any of you are dealing with any type of abandonment issues with your parents. I know that can take a toll on your mental health at such a young age. But like I said, I had a good support system at home, and I was able to, well, let me rewind a little bit. When I was pregnant, a lot of people were discouraging, and people close to me, I won't really get specific, but try to talk me into getting an abortion or giving my son up for an adoption, and I just couldn't do that. They said that I would ruin my life and I wouldn't go to college and yada yada yada. But for me, when people say those things, it makes me want to go into G.I. Jane mode and gut things out. It makes me want to show people. So when I was in high school, and this was in 1992, 93, there were a lot of resources, so I can imagine that you're still able to have the same resources that I did. I had a lady that would go with me to all my appointments, my prenatal appointments, and she got me signed up for WIC right away, so you can get your WIC coupons, and you can use them in the grocery store for like fruit and milk and cheese and healthy cereals and oats and all that stuff. You get a lot of free stuff, formula. So, and you still get it, as they get older. I believe until they're like 5, you get your WIC. So that helps. But just take advantage of all the resources that are available to you. If you go to your local community center, because you're going to want to sign up for assistance right away. You can get food stamps. You can get cash assistance. It's called AFDC, Aid for Dependent Children. I believe you can get health insurance. So take advantage of all the resources that are available to you. That was very helpful, being a single mom and in high school. And then I was able to, see how many credits you have, where you might not have to go to school for a full day. When your baby's born, I didn't have to go for a full day. And there was free daycare available to me. So I had free daycare. I only had to go to school half the day, and I was still able to graduate on time with my class. So nothing discouraged me from crossing that stage. Nothing stopped me or slowed me down. And then after I graduated, I went on to college right away, and I took some police science classes. But I ended up having to leave the state. So when I switched states from Wisconsin to Florida, I decided to take up corrections instead of the police route. So I did a 550-hour corrections course. Well, when I was in Florida, I was able to get some help from my mom and my sister then. So I always had a good support system. If you don't have a good support system, you can go to like I said, your local community center will refer you to some women's groups or moms groups. Maybe you can check your local YMCA or your local Boys and Girls Clubs. They usually have programs for you based on your income or the fact that you are pregnant. Once the baby's born, if you need help with daycare, same thing, YMCA, I believe, or the Boys and Girls Club. Just the more information, the more resources that are available to you, the better. And you can always find that at your local community center or, where you go sign up for all the aid, your food stamps and your medical and all that. They'll guide you for everything, give you a caseworker, and they'll give you all the numbers for everything that you need, and use it all for as long as you can. If you're not with the father, child support, get a hold of them right away. If you happen to be with somebody who is in the military, that's the best thing. They'll get child support right out of their check. But sign up for child support. They'll take a maternity test as soon as the baby's born. And a lot of times the state will garnish their wages if they try to get out of it and not pay. Unfortunately, my son's father got out of the Navy. So I never got child support, only a few times. So I raised him on my own. My son's father wasn't never a part of his life, hardly. He saw him a few times, but certain things happened where now my son hates him. So, but yeah, now, my son, he just turned 32. He just turned 32, and he's made me a grandma 3 times, soon to be 4. He's been in the Navy for 11 years. He's an E6. He's a great father, great husband, son. So don't let anything stop you. As long as you put your mind to it, you can do it. Take advantage of all the resources that are out there for you, and keep your chin up. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anybody talk you down. Everything happens for a reason. Don't get discouraged. Jump on here and get encouraged. Listen to stories like mine, and hopefully, something I said today inspired you. Because I had to make it for somebody. There's a reason why you came across this. Sorry about the glare on my glasses. but I'm in the car. So, anyways, stay true to yourself. Have confidence and faith. Everything's going to work out. Have a good day. Bye.